Later on, it was also found that medical procedures such as growth hormone extracts, which were pooled from tens of thousands of pituitary glands derived from cadavers, from human cadavers that were pooled. Growth hormone was extracted and was then administered to people who had growth problems in their teens. Hormone practice was not the case everywhere, or that the growth hormone preparations were not done everywhere, and different countries had different methods of preparation. So in the UK we had over 400,000 pituitary glands between 1958 and 1985 were collected, and this growth hormone was prepared. So that is the human transmission of CJD as iatrogenic CJD. Iatrogenic means caused by medical doctors. Another common transmission method was the dura mater. Dura mater is a covering of the brain, and it is also quite often used in neurosurgery repair, so wound repair. So if there's a brain trauma or after brain tumor surgery, the little patches of dura mater are put into place. These were again derived from cadavers, and they were kind of pre-treated, but many, in Japan in particular, more than 200 dura mater related grafts were used, and many more have been used, but more than 200 people developed iatrogenic CJD. So we have found last year, we described that in a study, that alongside with the CJD protein transmission, also the protein that is involved in Alzheimer's disease can be transmitted in the very same way. And that's now an area of research that we're expanding. So we have found that the amyloid beta, which is the Alzheimer type protein, has been co-transmitted. So it is obviously also present in the pituitary glands that were used for extraction, and was then in the same way transmitted. It took 30 years, sometimes or 25 years, to actually develop it's not Alzheimer type, but is a way of depositing the proteins in the vessels. It's called cerebral amyloid angiopathy. Plus in the parenchyma, in the brain tissue itself, so Alzheimer type changes. And we should also say it's not that we can transmit Alzheimer's disease. We can transmit the protein that then kind of deposits and amplifies in the recipient brain. And it can, and that's established, it can cause some problems to the blood vessels, in that they become more brittle and they start bleeding. And we have